And with that, we wish you a very pleasant good afternoon, baseball fans. Welcome to the opening round of the OSAA On Point Community Credit Union 4A Baseball State Tournament on 104.3 and 960 Sports with live free HD video on mybasin.com. Here in the opening round, the Henley Hornets are on the road. They brought them to Philomath High School to take on the Philomath Warriors. My name is Josh Eldridge. So glad to be with you today. Henley finishes as the 9 seed coming into the tournament on the road, taking on the 8 seed Philomath Warriors, who finished the season 15-9 overall, 13-2. That was the Warriors' record coming out of the their conference. Meantime, Henley finishes with a 10-5 record coming out of the Skyline Conference, finished third out of that conference. And like we said, the Oregon West champions, Philomath High School, 13-2. They finish the state ranking at number 10, just behind Staten, who also played very well coming out of the Oregon West Conference. Like I said, this is the 9 versus 8 matchup in the tournament. You've also got Banks and Madras to look at on the other side of this very same bracket. There's plenty of other games to look forward to that we will take a look at when we come back. We'll also dive into the history between these two teams, the second time that they've played this season, but it has been quite a long time for Henley. It was their first game of the year. Philomath played their second game of the season against the Hornets. We'll talk about it all as we continue the pregame show on 104.3 and 960 Sports, getting ready for the OSA On Point Community Credit Union 4A Baseball State Tournament.
Hi there, it's Les Schwab Tires, reminding you that changing seasons can mean changing road conditions. Introducing the brand new Backcountry AT2 for a quieter ride with improved performance in wet conditions. Because when it comes to keeping your family safe, the right tires help you feel prepared for anything. Seriously, anything. Now save up to $130 when you buy Quadtrac tires with financing. Les Schwab Tires, doing the right thing since 1952.
At Bowers Construction, our mission statement is to enrich the lives of our customers and of our team. So we're trying to be the best construction company that we can be by bringing value to other people's lives. So the work we provide is basically from foundation to roof in residential, and we work in commercial construction. Find our Bowers Construction Facebook page, or just give us a call. It's 541-205-1464. We are a licensed contractor at CCB 188923.
Hi, I'm Rob Cedar, General Manager of Clown Falls Honda and Clown Falls Subaru. I've lived here my whole life. Most of our employees have lived here their whole life too. Our sales, service, parts, and body shop teams are all staffed with experienced local folks. You know them and they know you. Our dealerships are comfortable and not corporate. Comfortable means we're focused on you. I'm Rob, and I'm glad to know you.
Sports was kind of what defined me as a person. I loved to play every sport I could possibly play. The Abbeys was really the family stomping ground for all of our community. Saturday afternoon soccer tournaments, we'd head over to Abbeys afterwards. And then when we got up into middle school, on our way home, we'd stop at Abbeys after basketball games. When I go home, I want to see two things when I drive through Winston. I want to see my Abbeys, and I want to see my high school. And those are the two memories that stick out the most to me.
And we welcome you back to the OSAA On Point Community Credit Union for a baseball state tournament on 104.3 and 960 Sports. Also free video on mybasin.com. Today's matchup between the 9-seed Henley Hornets and the 8-seed Philomath Warriors. It seems like it doesn't quite matter what sport it is. The Henley boys always get that kind of 8-9 seed matchup. They did it in football when they went up and played Tillamook, beat them there. Well, they also played Staten in boys basketball in the 8-9 seed matchup. And, their Staten was to take a win away from the Hornets. So this time on the road, back as the 9 seed, the Hornets are looking to take a road win from the Philomath Warriors. The Warriors, as a matter of fact, won the Oregon West Conference. And there's a lot of similarities between the OWC and the Skyline Conference. Two very top-heavy conferences. We can start with the final standings out of the Oregon West as Philomath won the league at 13-2. They were ranked 10th in the state, followed by Staten, who finished 12-3 in league play, 18-6 overall. They were actually ranked higher than Philomath in terms of state ranking, but the Warriors, of course, won the league title, having more wins in conference play, so they grabbed the 1 seed. Staten was the 2 seed, and even Newport. They had to play into the tournament, but they did make it into the state playoffs as the Newport, the 3 seed, number 12 in the state. They are 9-6 in league play, 17-7 overall. Cascade, Sisters, and Sweet Home were the final 3 teams in the Oregon West Conference. Neither of them qualified for the state playoffs. Meantime, you look at the Skyline Conference. It was led all season long by the Mustangs of Hidden Valley, 13-2 league record, 24-2 overall. They finished second in the state, did the Mustangs of Hidden Valley, and like I said, they are the 2 seed coming to the tournament. They are playing Baker. That should be going on right now. I think first pitch was about 4 o'clock over there in Murphy, so I'm looking forward to finding some results of that. The Mazama Vikings, of course, from the Basin as well. They are looking to get started here in about another half hour. The Vikings are hosting Gladstone at Kiger Stadium today. They finished 6th in the state with a 13-2 record. They were 17-8 overall. And, of course, Hidden Valley winning the conference by the tiebreaker. They took 2 out of 3 during the season series against the Vikings, and that left the Henley Hornets to be the final team making it into the playoffs, from the Skyline Conference. 10-5 league record, 19-8 overall. The Hornets had to play into the tournament, and they did that after beating McLaughlin 8-2. That was back on Friday. They find themselves here on the road at Philomath High School, ready to take on the Warriors in the opening round of the state playoffs. These 2 teams, second time they've met this season. It was back on March 18th that Henley came here to Philomath and beat the Warriors 7-4. I'm sure the Hornets are looking for a similar outcome to that, but the Warriors are a much different team since they last played in March. Coach Levi Weber got the team together in the nick of time, ready for league play. They won their first 5 out of their first 6 league contests. Had quite a bit canceled to rain, but they stayed hot through it all. Coming into today, the Warriors have won 6 straight. Their last loss was on May 3rd against Staten. It was a game in which they got run-ruled, but since then they've been dominant. They beat Staten twice, Newport 3 times, and then played Blanchett Catholic back on Thursday in a 5-2 win. So this Warriors team is coming hot into this one. Meantime, the Hornets have come back down to earth in a couple of ways. They're 2-3 in their last 5, but they did play those Mazama Vikings. They beat McLaughlin. They swept Phoenix in the series before that. So tough to know where the Hornets are mentally, but that is a big part of it. Coming into this game mentally prepared after a big 4-hour-long bus ride, you're going to want to come here with a little bit of fire. We'll see if the Hornets brought it with them from back in the Basin. We're going to take another break on the pre-show, and when we return, we'll be ready for starting lineups and first pitch of the OSAA On Point Community Credit Union 4A state playoffs on 104.3 and 960 Sports with HD video on mybasin.com.
On Top Tree Services have one of the highest buckets in town. No job too small, no tree too tall. Operating since 2017, this crew's ready for your land clearing, tree removal, tree trimming, stump grinding, and fire prevention. On Top Tree Services offers same-day estimates. I can't mention this enough. If a tree falls on your house or vehicle, they offer a 24/7 emergency tree or limb removal. Give them a call today at 541-882-8707. On Top Tree Services, fast, easy, and reliable. CCB 216014.
The innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 120,000 participants here in Oregon who take part in high school sports or activities.
Sports was kind of what defined me as a person. I loved to play every sport I could possibly play. The Abbeys was really the family stomping ground for all of our community. Saturday afternoon soccer tournaments, we'd head over to Abbeys afterwards. And then when we got up into middle school, on our way home, we'd stop at Abbeys after basketball games. When I go home, I want to see two things when I drive through Winston. I want to see my Abbeys and I want to see my high school. And those are the two memories that stick out the most to me.
Hi there, it's Les Schwab Tires, reminding you that changing seasons can mean changing road conditions. Introducing the brand new Backcountry AT2 for a quieter ride with improved performance in wet conditions. Because when it comes to keeping your family safe, the right tires help you feel prepared for anything. Seriously, anything. Now save up to $130 when you buy Quadtrac tires with financing. Les Schwab Tires, doing the right thing since 1952.
Your Philomath Warriors. Leading off, number 10, shortstop, Cameron Ordway.
Well, we're meeting the starting lineups here today at Philomath High School, just a few miles west of I-5, west of Corvallis here in Philomath, Oregon. As we meet the starting lineups for each of these teams, we'll start with the visiting Henley Hornets. Leading off and at second base is Leo Ahult. The shortstop, Aiden Hayes, bats second. Hunter Schweink starting at first base today, hitting third for the Hornets. Matt Douglas, the designated hitter, bats cleanup for Henley, followed by the center fielder, Owen Sheen. Tyler Harper, the catcher, bats sixth. Dylan Tobias hitting seventh. Blaine Boersma is at third and hits eighth, and Peyton Price in left field bats ninth for the Hornets. They'll be going up against Skylar Brolin, the starting pitcher for the Philomath Warriors. Meantime, the starting lineup for those Philomath Warriors. Cameron Ordway starts at shortstop and bats first. Carson Girding in center field batting second, followed by Mason Stearns, the third baseman. Left fielder Alec Russell bats fourth, followed by Ty May at first base, batting fifth. David Griffith at second base, followed by Chad Russell, the designated hitter. Blake Neiman bats eighth in right field, and Logan Carter, the catcher, rounds out the order for Philomath. They'll be going up against Dylan Tobias, the starting pitcher today for the Hornets. We'll dive a little bit deeper into the Hornets and their starting lineup as we finish up the starters in the opening presentation today. Of course, the first round of the OSAA state playoffs in the On Point Community Credit Union bracket. You can check out all the details on OSAA.org as the show continues this afternoon. We'll give you the best outlook as we can about what else is going on around the state this afternoon. One more break, and it's ready for first pitch in this OSAA On Point Community Credit Union 4A Baseball State Tournament playoff action between the Hornets and the Warriors.
So lonely, I just sigh and moan. Seems like I've been away forever, wondering if you're coming home. I just saw your face, I know you're coming home. I swear there is no place and then I heard your voice. I know you're coming home. I know you're coming home.
This is where unconditional love and immeasurable happiness reside. This is home. Coltwell Banker, where home begins.
in here, working hard. We got a concession stand. It's open.
We're here at Terry Stevenson Field on the campus of Philomath High School, getting ready for this OSAA On Point Community Credit Union 4A baseball state playoff matchup between the Philomath Warriors and the Henley Hornets. Good afternoon. My name is Josh Eldridge. So pleased to be with you today. The opening round featuring the 8-seed Philomath Warriors and the 9-seeded Henley Hornets. The Hornets today wearing their yellow uniforms with Henley written in cursive across the front in navy blue lettering. They've got white trim up and around it. Their gray pants. Philomath today wearing kind of off-white pants. Each and every player has got the stirrups, and personally I love that look out there. They've got black jerseys with yellow trim along it. They've got the P on their left sleeve with Warriors written across the front in blocky letters in black with yellow trim around it. Is the starting pitcher for Philomath today, Skylar Brolin, getting in his final warm-up tosses as we are nearly ready for baseball this afternoon. The Warriors, of course, they are coached by Levi Weber and assisted by J.J. Faxon, Logan Hansen, Taylor Berner. And the Hornets, head coached by Adam Randall, assisted by Blake Loney, Curtis Mick, Marvin Rosser, Sal DePozo, and Sam McCormick, the assistants for the Henley Hornets. Coming to us from the Skyline Conference. Leading things off for Henley today is Leo Ahalt. Leo this season has been the primary leadoff hitter for the Hornets. In that role, Leo is batting .456 this season. Also leads the team in hits at 41 on the year. The right-hander Brolin ready to toe the rubber as Leo, the right-hander, steps in, plants his feet towards the back of the batter's box. And with this, the first pitch is a breaking ball that's going to miss outside at 4:33 on a fine Wednesday afternoon. Right now here in Philomath, about 75 degrees, should continue to cool down tonight as the 1-0 is in there for a strike, a fastball. Might have been a bit low for Leo's liking, but the count is even at 1. Brolin kicks and delivers the 1-1. It's hit out to short. Ordway up with it. Throw over to first is in time as May makes the catch for the first out. We'll get you the starting defense for the Philomath Warriors after that ground out. Carter is behind the dish. Stearns at third. Ordway at short. Griffith at second and May at first. In the outfield for the Warriors, it's Russell, Girding, and Neiman. All right, stepping in now is Aiden Hayes. The first pitch to him from Brolin is a curveball that is going to miss outside. 1-0 the count. A couple of first pitch breaking balls from Brolin so far in the game. See what he comes with here. The 1-0 is a fastball low. Count now moves to 2-0 to Aiden Hayes. Aiden, just a sophomore, getting his first taste of playoff action. The 2-0 swung on and missed. Hayes coming up empty there. Now 2-1 the count. Aiden this season is a .512 hitter, leads the team in that metric. The 2-1 is going to miss outside, runs the count to 3-1. As the sophomore steps in, of course, Aiden Hayes' older brother Eli, winning the long jump state championship just a week ago in Eugene, a few miles south of here. As the 3-1 is swung on and missed, runs the count full, 3-2 to Aiden. Starting shortstop today for Henley, tries to get the top of the first inning. Rally started. The 3-2 is fouled back, so Aiden staying alive. And we'll do it again. Hunter Schweink awaiting on deck. Skylar Brolin, a senior, delivers the full count pitch. It's popped into left field. Under it now is Russell. No, the shortstop, Ordway, calls everyone else off and makes the grab in shallow left field for the second out. And that will bring up Hunter Schweink. Schweink getting the start at first base today. Not something I think I've seen at all this season. Hunter started at shortstop, in right field. He started a few games at pitcher. I think this is the first time I've seen him start at first base. But getting to bat here in the top of the first, he watches the fastball bounce to the plate. Carter, a nice job of blocking it there. Count moves to 1-0. Hunter this season is batting .456. The 1-0 is a curveball that Finds the zone, started too high, but broke back across the plate, gracing the outside corner to the right-handed hitting Hunter Schweink. Steps back in, ready for the 1-1 pitch. Already 2 away in the top of the first of a scoreless ball game. That's a curveball that's lined out to shortstop. Ordway knocks it down and fields it, but Schweink too quick down the line. That was a line shot that Ordway knocked down. He'll give Schweink the base hit on that one. And that will bring up Matt Douglas. As a 2-out single, Douglas is going to try to continue the rally for the Hornets in the top of the first of this playoff contest. Douglas this season batting .440, and now with the runner on base, you can look at his RBI totals. He's got 32, which leads the team in that number. Throw over to first, and Schweink is back safely. And you know, Hunter, big 6'5", he's got long legs. He can really stride out there. A ball in the gap this early could make something interesting. First pitch to Douglas is taken low. 1-0. We'll see if Hunter continues to take the generous lead off of first. A few steps off. It's conservative enough as Brolin checks him before coming set. Here's the 1-0 to Douglas. It is popped up. Foul territory down the right field line and out of play towards some spectators that are out here. The grandstands at Philomath High School right underneath the press box where we're located, but no bleachers along the sides of the field. So plenty of people out in their lawn chairs and their blankets today. It's a fine day for a picnic and baseball, I must say. 75 degrees, hardly a cloud in sight. It's a nice day here in Philomath, Oregon. Brolin comes set with the 1-1 and moves over to first, but Schweink is back safely. Already the dirt on Hunter's jersey. Again, I think I said this back on Friday when they played McLaughlin, that I don't think I've seen Hunter come out of a game with a clean jersey. And it's been that way already. Brolin delivers the 1-1, grounded right back up the middle. Ordway ranging over, flips to second, and Griffith couldn't squeeze it. That was a great play by the shortstop Ordway, but all for naught, as Douglas will reach first after Schweink is safe at second. And that will bring up Owen Sheen. Runners at first and second, 2 away for the Hornets. And Owen this season batting .333, the lefty stepping in now, the only left-handed hitter in this Hornets order. It's ready to go to work against Brolin. Generous lead off a second from Schweink. Here's the pitch. It comes inside to Owen, and he's going to take that one for ball 1. A couple of 2-out hits, and the Hornets trying to keep it going here. The outfield for Philomath shaded a little bit towards the right for the left-handed hitting Sheen. Infield playing relatively straight up. Could be a move over to second. The throw over and back safely is Schweink, as Ordway, the shortstop, came in behind him. But Schweink back safely. Still at second. Douglas aboard at first. Owen Sheen, the lefty, stepping back in, awaiting the 1-0 pitch. Brolin delivers. A fastball taken on the outside corner. Nice placement there by Brolin. He's found the outside corner to just about every hitter. Doesn't matter if it's batting right or batting left so far. That outside fastball has been placed nicely in the top of the first inning. Time is called by Owen Sheen, I think, before Brolin could deliver the pitch. And so that one won't go. It'll still be a 1-1 count to the junior Owen Sheen. Talk about a lot of these Hornets players that are getting their first taste of playoff baseball. And for a program that's so accustomed to showing up in the postseason, it's not something you'd expect to hear necessarily. As the 1-1 misses inside, the count moves to 2-1. When you put it in the context of, well, we've missed 2 postseasons entirely due to COVID, right? With 2020 being wiped out and 2021 kind of having that abbreviated showcase postseason. The Hornets, who made the state championship game in 2019, don't have a single remaining player from that team. Here's the 2-1. It is a changeup, swung on and missed by Sheen. Count moves now to 2-2. And of course, in 2013 to 2017, the Hornets making the state championship every single season, 5 straight. And that's a state record. Here's the 2-2 to Owen Sheen. A curveball is looked at. Must have missed a little bit high. You can hear the groans from the home supporters here in Philomath. They thought that curveball should have been called strike 3, and I don't necessarily blame them. A full count to Owen Sheen. Here's the pitch. It's a fastball in the dirt, and Sheen gets a free pass. That loads the bases with 2 away as Schweink moves to third. Douglas to second. Sheen aboard at first, and now 2 away for Tyler Harper. Starting catcher for the Hornets this season, has started every single game behind the dish for Henley. And for Harper this season, he has got 18 RBI, and already a visit to the mound in this first inning. It was 2 quick outs for the Hornets, a ground out and a fly out, but a pair of singles and a walk has loaded the bases. And Skylar Brolin finds himself in a bit of trouble. Would like to remind you that this game on 104.3 and 960 Sports is brought to you in part by Les Schwab Tires. Having the right set of tires and wheels on your vehicle is just part of an essential safety checklist. That's why Les Schwab does more than install just tires and wheels. You can come on in for a free pre-trip safety check, and they're going to help make sure that everything is in working order. Les Schwab Tires has 3 locations in the Basin, 2 in Klamath Falls on South 6th Street and Washburn Way, and 1 out in Merrill. Les Schwab Tires has been doing the right thing since 1952. All right, looks like we're about ready to resume things. Bases loaded situation for Tyler Harper. Sheen aboard at first, Douglas at second, and Schweink at third, as the right-handed hitting catcher for the Hornets steps in. First pitch is taken down and in. 1-0 the count to Tyler Harper. Again, 18 RBI this season. But Tyler hasn't had too many opportunities this year either. Here's the 1-0. It is fouled back. Count now moves to 1-1. Harper this season batting .293. Steps back in, ready for the 1-1. Brolin gets the sign from Carter and comes set. Here's the pitch. Curveball that broke out of the zone. Brolin's curveball has a lot of movement on it. It looked like it started out of the zone too high and broke all the way across down to be too low for Harper. Here's the 2-1. That one's a fastball that misses down and in. Count moves now to 3-1, and they want to change baseballs out there. And now Brolin, after 2 quick outs, is in danger of walking home a run in the top of the first inning. Still scoreless in this playoff contest. Brolin comes set with the 3-1 and pitches to Tyler Harper, who smashes the ball into left field. Russell going over, and that one is foul. Man, just a very long strike as that one bounced up along the fence out there. 3:30 down either line here at Philomath High School, and 3:53 to dead center. Man, Harper really ran into that one, but just foul. That one might have cleared the bases. Ready again for the 3-2 to Tyler Harper. Here's the pitch. It is swung on and missed. Harper chased a pitch high and out of the zone, and that will end the inning. The Hornets leave the bases loaded, a couple of base hits, but they can't score. We go to the bottom of the first, scoreless on the OSAA On Point Community Credit Union 4A Baseball Tournament, 104.3 and 960 Sports.
Sports was kind of what defined me as a person. I loved to play every sport I could possibly play. The Abbeys was really the family stomping ground for all of our community. Saturday afternoon soccer tournaments, we'd head over to Abbeys afterwards. And then when we got up into middle school, on our way home, we'd stop at Abbeys after basketball games. When I go home, I want to see 2 things when I drive through Winston. I want to see my Abbeys, and I want to see my high school. And those are the 2 memories that stick out the most to me.
the scores, schedules, and rankings for all teams.
Bottom of the first, and we're scoreless in the OSAA On Point Community Credit Union 4A Baseball State Tournament on 104.3 and 960 Sports. The Hornets got through the top of the first inning. They left the bases loaded, a couple of base hits. I'm sure Coach Randall's not entirely thrilled about that, but now it's up to the defense to try to keep Philomath right where we are. Dylan Tobias getting the nod this afternoon for the Hornets. Tobias comes into this game with a 6-2 record this year. This is his 10th start of the season. And in terms of ERA for Dylan this year, 2.6. And here's the number that stands out to me for Dylan. A whip of 1.2. That's walks and hits per innings pitched. Basically, how many base runners do you allow per inning? Dylan stands at 1.2. That is a good season as the seasoned starter for the Hornets gets ready to go up against Cameron Ordway, the leadoff hitter today for Philomath. Here's the pitch. It looked to be an off-speed pitch that is going to have missed low. 1-0, the count to Ordway. Starting shortstop today for Philomath. That one is another curveball that's going to miss outside, down and away to the right-handed hitting Ordway, the senior. Steps back in. Here's the pitch, 2-0. And that one is going to miss low as well, 3-0. And Tobias is known to have a little bit of trouble finding the zone early in games, but once he settles into a rhythm, he can become a little bit dangerous, but starts the game off with a 4-pitch walk to Ordway. And now makes things interesting after the very first batter of the game. Ordway aboard at first. That brings up Carson Girding. Girding, another senior in the starting lineup for the Warriors. Again, these two teams played back in March, and it was a 7-4 win for Henley. Both teams, though, very different. Henley didn't have necessarily all their players at that time in baseball shape. There was some overlay from basketball. Look at guys like Aiden Hayes and Owen Sheen and Hunter Schweink to a certain extent as well. First pitch into Girding misses low. 1-0 the count. These two teams also played in Henley's quest for a state championship in 2019. That was a quarterfinal exit for Philomath as they lost to Henley that day 9-4. 1-0 to Girding. He shows bunt. Taken off for second is Ordway, and the throw is a little bit wide. Takes Hayes off, off the bag, and Ordway is in there safe at second. The pitch was called ball 2, so a 2-0 count to Girding. Now with a runner at second and nobody away in the bottom of the first. A scoreless ball game between the Henley Hornets and the Philomath Warriors. Tobias comes set with the 2-0, checks the runner Ordway at second. Quite a big lead, and the 2-0 pitch is hit into center field. Sheen going back, and that one is going to take one hop and bounce off the wall. Waving Ordway around third, he's going to score, and it bounced over the wall. And a ground rule double for Girding has the Warriors in business. They lead 1-0 in the bottom of the first inning of this playoff contest. Girding put a jolt behind that one. I don't think was ever high enough to leave the ballpark, but one hop over the wall. And he just goes ahead and trade places with Ordway, and the Warriors strike first. Here is Mason Stearns checking in now, the third baseman for Philomath. Batting from the right side, Tobias comes set, kicks, and delivers. That one is also hit into left field. Over to make the catch is Price. Throw to second to try to get Girding, and they get him! Double play from left field, and that might save the Hornets some grief this inning. As Girding is out on the base paths, Philomath still leads 1-0, and that brings up Alec Russell, now batting with 2 away and nobody on. Alec Russell, the senior, batting from the right side, awaits the pitch from Tobias. The slider misses high and away. 1-0. On deck for Philomath is Ty May. Here's the pitch from Tobias. Is going to find the zone. A fastball down. Evens the count at 1. Outfield for Henley, shaded quite a bit towards the left for Russell. Here's the pitch. It is hit in the air to left field. Going back is Price, and he's to the wall, and we'll watch that one sail goodbye. A 2-out solo home run for Alec Russell puts the Philomath Warriors up 2-0. Thanks to the defensive work of the Hornets, that was only a solo home run. Could have done a lot worse. So now Philomath leads 2-0 in the bottom of the first with 2 outs, and in steps Ty May.
First baseman, number 15, Ty May.
Ty May, tall first baseman for Philomath, steps in. First pitch looked to be an off-speed pitch. Will find the zone for strike one. No listed height for May, but it's got to be right around 6'5", 6'6". He's a tall presence. 6'6". Oh, thank you. It's a 1-1 count to him. Here's the pitch. It is hit, popped up at third base. Boersma calling everyone off, battling the sun, and puts that one away for the final out, but not before the Warriors strike for 2 in the inning on 2 hits, and the solo shot from Alec Russell put the Warriors up 2-0 as we head now to the top of the second on 104 960 Sports and HD video on mybasin.com.
At Bowers Construction, our mission statement is to enrich the lives of our customers and of our team. So we're trying to be the best construction company that we can be by bringing value to other people's lives. So the work we provide is basically from foundation to roof in residential, and we work in commercial construction. Find our Bowers Construction Facebook page, or just give us a call. It's 541-205-1464. We are a licensed contractor at CCB 188923.
Toyota.com. Motor Health is a proud sponsor of the OSAA events.
Getting ready for the top of the second inning of this OSAA On Point Community Credit Union 4A Baseball State Tournament. And already the Warriors of Philomath are up 2-0 over Henley. It'll be 7-8-9 for the Hornets due up this inning. Dylan Tobias, the pitcher, Blaine Boersma, the third baseman, and Peyton Price, the bottom third of the lineup for Henley, as they try to answer back this 2-0 hole they find themselves in the top of the second. The 0-1 to Tobias is going to miss outside. Count now moves to 1-1 to the starting pitcher today for the Hornets. Gave up a solo home run and a run otherwise in that first inning, looking to help his own cause and get his team back on track, as the 1-1 was the off-speed pitch that's going to miss high and away to Tobias. Count now moves to 2-1. Pitch to Tobias is swung on and missed. Count now moves to 2-2. The pitcher for the Hornets this season is batting .413. Here's the 2-2. It is fouled back. Count will remain at 2-2. Tobias in a 2-strike count. Don't find himself in a position like this too often. Only 7 strikeouts all season long. Here's the 2-2. Big curveball is going to miss high. Count now runs to 3-2 to the veteran pitcher for the Hornets. Full count pitch is going to miss outside, so a walk to start things out to Dylan Tobias. He is the second Hornet to walk this game, brings up Blaine Boersma, and they're going to have a runner come in for Tobias. And it is going to be Luke Austin on the base paths at first.
That's plate number 12.
Austin, the sophomore, getting his first taste of playoff action. Coach Randall made it a big deal last week after the win over Mac High that, this is the first taste of playoff baseball that we're getting. It takes a lot to get here. Only 16 teams are here, and that, is a little bit less than half of the 4A classification, but to be the 9th seed in this thing, put yourself in a nice position even after the tough regular season of the Skyline Conference. I think Coach Randall is pleased as to where his team is, and he sees a clear path forward through this tournament. Here's the first pitch to Boersma. It's going to miss in the dirt, but Carter, a nice job of blocking it, keeps Austin at first. Count moves to 1-0. Can always appreciate the work of a good catcher behind the plate. Carter seems to have a knack for it behind the dish. We'll see if that continues through the game. The 1-0. Brolin comes set, checks the runner at first, Austin, and delivers. Comes in high and maybe a little bit inside to Boersma. Count moves now to 2-0. Boersma this season batting .374 on the year. Second on the team in hits at 34 this season. Here's the 2-0 to Boersma. It is high and misses. Couldn't glove it was Carter, and runner from first is going to move up to second. That's Austin. Count moves to 3-0, and that looked like it might have been a cross-up in signaling between Carter and Brolin. Regardless, Austin now moves to second, so a runner in scoring position in a 3-0 count to Boersma. Griffith, the second baseman, over a little bit to keep pressure on Austin. And the 3-0 finds the zone. Now a 3-1 count to Boersma. As Coach Randall rattles off his series of numbers that he likes to use instead of signs. Boersma checks out the numbers and steps back in. Here's the 3-1. It's a ground ball towards short. Ordway charging up with it. Fires onto first. The throw is going to be in time. And the out call finally made at first. And so one away. As Boersma grounded out, Austin stayed at second. And this brings up Peyton Price. Price, a sophomore in the starting lineup for Henley. He's one of two sophomores who finds himself in the starting lineup today. The other, of course, being Aiden Hayes. And I think Coach Randall wants to have a chat about maybe if the play at first wasn't out. I know it was a bang-bang play with Boersma at first, but I think Coach Randall just wanted to maybe get the umpires together to have a conversation about it. There was quite a long pause between when the umpire made the decision and when the play actually happened. Now they're going to go back and reverse it and say Boersma is safe at first because May pulled his foot. And that will probably be ruled. So, yes, Boersma is aboard at first. They're going to call that an error for the Warriors, their first of the game. And showing bunt is Price now. Fielded by May. He decides to turn around and throw it to Griffith, who is covering first. So Price gets the job done on the sacrifice. Moves Austin to third and moves Boersma to second. Two runners in scoring position, one away for Leo Ahalt.
Top of the order, number 5, Leo Ahalt.
Ahalt this season batting .456, has 21 RBI this season, a prime opportunity with the tying run in scoring position in the top of the second inning. Right now, Philomath leads 2-0. Here's the first pitch to Ahalt. That one's in the dirt, blocked by Carter. Count moves to 1-0. At third, it's Austin, and Boersma at second. Aiden Hayes waits his turn patiently on deck. Brolin comes set with the 1-0 and delivers. A line drive hit into left field. Over is the left fielder, Russell. Now tagging from third is Austin. The throw is not in time, and the Hornets score their first run of the ball game. The score now 2-1, Philomath leads. But the Hornets do get on the board on the sacrifice fly from Leo Ahalt. He's the second out in the inning, and that brings up Aiden Hayes. Bats now with a runner at second and 2 away. It is Boersma standing at second base. Hayes 0 for 1 in this contest. He flew out back in the first inning. Sproling comes set. Thinks about picking off to second, and back is Boersma. He's got quite the lead off of second, and Griffith, the second baseman, kind of just standing there at the bag waiting for Brolin to throw over. Feels like they might have given Boersma a second chance at life. Now delivering to the plate. A line drive gets down into center field. They're waving around Boersma. The ball is bobbled in center field. Girding can't come up with it, and Boersma's going to score. We've got a tie ball game in the top of the second inning. The Hornets score 2 this inning to make it tied at 2. That brings up Hunter Schweink. Hunter Schweink is 1 for 1 today. He singled back in the first inning. The right-hander stepping back in. Brolin delivers. That one is hit high. It's hit deep to left field. Going back is Russell, and off the wall. Rounding third and headed home now is Hayes, and he is going to score all the way from first. An RBI double for Hunter Schweink gives the Hornets a 3-2 lead in the top of the second inning. Brings up Matt Douglas as he tries to keep the 2-out rally going. One more runner in scoring position is Schweink standing at second, and Douglas, who leads the team in RBI, steps in. Douglas at 32 runs batted in this season. Here's the pitch. It is swung on and missed. Douglas a bit out in front of the breaking ball. Count is 0-1 to Douglas, who's already 1 for 1 this afternoon. Hit a single back in the first and was left stranded when Henley left the bases loaded in the first. Here's the 0-1 to Douglas. Checks his swing. Did he go? Yes, he did, says the home plate umpire. So Douglas down in the count 0-2, 2 outs in the top of the second inning. Henley leads Philomath 3-2. Here is the 0-2 pitch to Douglas. Swung on and missed, and down go the Hornets in this inning, but not before they score 3. Sacrifice fly, a single, and then a double from Hunter Schweink. Scores 3 this inning, and the Hornets lead 3-2 going to the bottom of the second in the first round of the OSAA On Point Community Union 4A Baseball State Tournament on 104.3 and 960 Sports.
Trying to lose some weight and get in shape? Harbor Isles Tennis and Fitness Club provides a clean and friendly workout environment with professional and experienced staff to help you achieve your goals. They offer state-of-the-art equipment, indoor tennis and pickleball courts, certified personal trainers, tons of group exercise classes. They're the best exercise facility in the Klamath Basin. Plus, they now have a smoothie bar to give you a nutritious boost after your workout. See and feel the difference at Harbor Isles Tennis and Fitness Club. It's the place to be.
The Warriors. Second baseman, number 4, David Griffith.
It'll be 6, 7, 8 this inning for Philomath. That's David Griffith, Chad Russell, and Blake Neiman. First pitch from Tobias is hitting the sky to left field. Back is Price. That one is going to sail over the wall, and a leadoff home run in the second inning ties the ball game at 3 as David Griffith sends one over the left field fence to tie this ball game. Second home run of the day for Philomath. And we are knotted back up. Brings up Chad Russell, the designated hitter for Philomath. It'll also prompt Coach Adam Randall to come over and potentially take the ball away from Dylan Tobias. And that will be the case. Tobias' afternoon is done. We've got a new pitcher coming in for Henley, and it looks like it's going to be Hunter Schweink. We'll get you the rest of the changes after this as we continue our coverage of the OSAA On Point Credit Union 4A baseball tournament on 104.3 and 960 Sports. We're in the bottom of the third inning, tied at 3.
Hi there, it's Les Schwab Tires, reminding you that changing seasons can mean changing road conditions. Introducing the brand new Backcountry AT2 for a quieter ride with improved performance in wet conditions. Because when it comes to keeping your family safe, the right tires help you feel prepared for anything. Seriously, anything. Now save up to $130 when you buy Quatrac tires with financing. Les Schwab Tires, doing the right thing since 1952.
Welcome you back to 104.3 and 960 Sports. We've got some defensive changes for the Hornets that we'll get figured out here in just a second. But mainly, Hunter Schweink has come in to pitch, comes in relief of Dylan Tobias, who pitched just 1 inning, 3 runs, each of them earned. There were also 3 base hits. He walked 1, did not strike out anyone. Exits this game in the bottom of the second inning and leaves things as a tie ball game. Hunter, you know him well on the mound. He throws ferocious. He's got the big breaking curveball. And just looking at the numbers for Schweink this season as we get them up for you now. This is Hunter's 10th game he's appeared in this season, a 3-1 record. Hunter's ERA this year is 3.6. He is known to walk a few, but he can also rack up the strikeouts as well. Hunter leads the team in strikeouts at 55. He's also second on the team in walks at 30. And so it looks like elsewhere it's going to be Owen Sheen coming into play first. Now in center field for Henley, looks like it could be Luke Austin, although we'll be sure of that here in a minute as it'll be Chad Russell, Schwenk's first task out of the bullpen, and he starts him out with strike 1. Bottom of the second inning, and we are tied at 3. Here's the 0-1 pitch from Schweink. That one's going to come inside and hit Russell. He will be awarded first base and bring up Blake Neiman. And that's what I said, Hunter, he will rack up the strikeouts, but he will also give up his fair share of free passes. It's only the 3rd time he's hit a batter this season, but that walk total is what you look at in his 10 games so far this year. Again, 30 walks given up. Showing bunt is Neiman. Corners come in, and he pulls back in time. The pitch is low. Harper throws down to second, and the throw ends up in center field. Russell's safe, but he stays put at second. And so Russell is in at second. Neiman still at the plate. Nobody out in the bottom of the second. And we'll see if Neiman still decides to show bunt here. Logan Carter on deck for the Warriors. The Henley corners still playing in, protecting the bunt. I think they're waiting to see the same thing if Neiman is going to show bunt once again, and he does. He pulls back. That one is called a strike. The fastball on the outside corner makes the count 1-1 to Neiman. And it looks like Tyler Harper trying to direct the infield, the catcher, trying to tell Boersma, protect that line because there's having Neiman show bunt once more. Corners come in, and the pitch is going to be fouled off. Was that not foul? It was a ball off the edge of the glove of Tyler Harper. Running for third was Russell. The throw down, and he's safe. So Russell is going to be safe at third after Neiman missed the bunt. The count now 1-2 with a runner at third and nobody out for Neiman, as they just turned a hit by pitch into a triple effectively, did the Warriors. Infield comes in for Henley. The pitch is fouled, sliced back behind first. Count remains 1-2. So they're not going to have Neiman bunt anymore in a 2-strike count. And again, a minute ago when he looked like he was laying down bunt, thought that it hit his bat, but in fact bounced off the glove of Harper, which you don't see too often from Tyler. And it skipped away from him. Russell advanced from second to third, and that's why the Henley Hornets infield is in on the 1-2 count. Hit into left center field. Going over is Price to make the catch. Tagging from third now is Russell, and the throw in stops him. A great throw from the outfield keeps Russell at third. Now one away for Logan Carter. Logan Carter, the senior catcher for the Warriors, steps into the right-handed hitting batter's box as Schweink gathers the sign from Harper. Hunter comes set. The right-hander delivers. Here's the pitch. It is going to miss outside. The fastball makes the count 1-0. One away in the bottom of the second. Runner at third is Russell. He reached earlier this inning when he was hit by a pitch, stole second, and then got to third on a ball that skipped away from Harper. Here's the 1-0. It is taken in the dirt. Harper blocking that one. Count moves now to 2-0. Looked like that might have been the changeup from Schweink. At this point, got to trust the defense for Henley. It's been one of the best in the conference all year. But Schweink is a strikeout pitcher, and I don't think anyone would tell you different. The 2-0 is fouled back, makes the count 2-1. Again, 55 strikeouts this year, leads the team by a lot. That's 13 between him and second best on the team, and that's Dylan Tobias, who has the most starts and the most innings pitched. Here's the 2-1 to Carter. The curveball starts inside of the right-hander and breaks back across the plate. In there for a strike. Count now 2-2 to Carter. Schweink comes set with the pitch. Kicks and delivers. It's a ground ball towards third and will end up foul. So we'll do it again. 2-2 to the number 9 hitter in the Warrior order. It's Logan Carter. On deck, back to the top of the order for Cameron Ordway. The 2-2 on its way to Carter. It is going to come in and almost hit Carter, but instead it'll bounce off the knob of his bat. That's the second time in 2 postseason games that's happened in a Henley baseball game. I believe that happened to Mac High back on Friday. A pitch comes inside and bounces off the knob of the bat. Don't see that too often, but either way, Carter steps back in for the 2-2. Here it is. It is looked at, skips away from Harper, and Russell is staying put at third as Harper gathers in time. Count runs full, 3-2. Big pitch coming up from Schweink as he takes his time, gathers himself, and toes the rubber. Schweink stands about 6'5". He's got a long stride to the plate. Here's the 3-2. It is a ground ball out to second. A halt up with it. It gets under his glove and into center field. Scoring from third is Russell, and Philomath takes a 4-3 lead on an error at second base from Leo Ahalt. First error of the day for the Hornets defense. And aboard at first is Carter. Brings up Cameron Ordway. Philomath takes a 4-3 lead in the bottom of the second inning. It's been a back-and-forth affair thus far as Schweink comes set with the first pitch to Cameron Ordway. Throws over to first. Back safely is Carter. Schweink delivers the pitch to Ordway. It was a curveball that missed outside. 1-0. Still only one away in the inning. And already 2 runs home. Standing at first is Carter. Throw over to first. Sheen, now playing first, came in from center field. One thing for Owen, might have an advantage at first base. He is a left-hander, so we talk about guys playing first base. That is an advantage. Here's the 1-0. It is a ground ball foul down the third base line. Ordway a bit out in front of the off-speed pitch from Schweink. Count now moves to 1-1. Look at some of the other games getting started around the state at 5 o'clock about 15 minutes ago. The 1 and 16 seeds, Banks and Madras, had their first pitch not too long ago. Here is the 1-1 to Ordway. In fact, to move over to first to check on Carter again, and he is back safely. You've also got Marist Catholic hosting Newport today. Newport, of course, from the Oregon West Conference, as well as North Marion welcoming Tillamook in the first round. All those games just got started a few minutes ago. The 1-1 is fouled again down the third base line. Count moves to 1-2 to Ordway, who doesn't have an official at-bat yet. In his one plate appearance, he walked, came around to score in the first inning. Ordway, the senior, stepping back in. Down in the count, a ball and 2 strikes. Waits for Schweink to come set. Here's the 1-2. It is flared out to right field. That one's going to get down and roll all the way to the fence. Rounding second and headed for third is Carter, and they're going to hold him there. The throw into second is not in time as Ordway dives in safely. A 1-out double moves Carter to third. Still only 1 away in the bottom of the second, and Philomath leads 4-3. This brings up Carson Girding, another senior for Philomath, trying to come up big in this state playoff contest. His team already up 1, but 2 more runners in scoring position. Here's the pitch. It's in the dirt, and it skips by Harper, rolls to the backstop, and no one's moving. They hold Carter at third. Curious decision by Philomath to not try to score a runner from third in that case. And you look at the backstop here at Philomath, and I think it's made of woods. The ball skips around a little bit, but could also play to the disadvantage of the Hornets as well. Regardless, in a 1-0 count, still runners at second and third. Here's the pitch to Girding. That one will come in low. Count 2-0 to Girding, who doubled in the first inning. Scored in an RBI on that play, and then was caught in between. He couldn't tag at second, was thrown out on a double play. Here's the 2-0. It is hit out to second, past the diving glove of a Hall and into right field. That's going to score Carter. The throw in at home to try to get Ordway is wide, skips away from Harper, and in at second base now is Girding. A 2 RBI single makes the score 6-3 Philomath, and Girding advances on the throw. He stands in at second base. This will bring up Mason Stearns. Stearns in his first at-bat flew out to left field that prompted the double play I was just talking about. So he's 0 for 1 today. I'm sure the Hornets are looking for a way out of this inning because that double play was, in a way, a gift in the first. This time they're not getting many gifts here in the second. The first pitch to Girding is lined right back into center field. Schweink has to get out of the way. Into center field, they're waving around Girding as it gets under Austin's glove in center. Throw to second to try to get Stearns is not in time, and the Hornets are in trouble in the playoffs, down 7-3. So as a single for Stearns, credit him with the RBI as Girding scores, and then the error in center field is Henley's second of the day. And that puts them in an interesting predicament as they're going to have to switch pitchers for the second time this inning. We're going to take a break, and when we come back, we'll let you know what Coach Randall has up his sleeve. His team down 7-3 in the first round of the OSAA state playoffs on 104.3 960 Sports.
On Top Tree Services have one of the highest buckets in town. No job too small, no tree too tall. Operating since 2017, this crew's ready for your land clearing, tree removal, tree trimming, stump grinding, and fire prevention. On Top Tree Services offers same-day estimates. I can't mention this enough. If a tree falls on your house or vehicle, they offer a 24/7 emergency tree or limb removal. Give them a call today at 541-882-8707. On Top Tree Services, fast, easy, and reliable. CCB 216014.
Which is Owen Sheen, the new pitcher for the Hornets, as he comes in relief of Hunter Schweink, who only recorded one out in this outing, a third of an inning, gave up 4 runs, 2 of them earned. He gave up, 3 base hits, walked 1, did not strike anyone out. An upsetting performance, I'm sure, for Hunter, as he's going to re-enter the game at first. And Owen Sheen, who comes in from first, will now be doing the pitching for the Hornets, the third pitcher they've used in this game. Owen this season has an ERA of 3.37, or pardon me, an ERA of 4.6. It's my mistake. ERA of 4.6 for Owen this year. Comes in with a record of 2-2. The lefty has his first assignment in Alec Russell. It is a dribbler right out in front of Sheen. He's going to fire to first for the out. But in the meantime, Mason Stearns advances to third on the play. 2 away in the bottom of the second inning, a game in which Philomath leads 7-3 in the first round of the OSAA On Point Community Credit Union for a baseball state tournament. This brings up Ty May. May 0 for 1 today. Here's the first pitch. It is the two-seamer that finds the zone. 0-1, the count to May. Again, Sheen, a lefty, a different look than what Philomath has seen so far this game. Here's the 0-1. It is a curveball that May is a bit out in front of. Swung on and missed. 0-2, the count to May. The Warriors have already scored 5 runs this inning. Sheen looking to stop the bleeding here on the 0-2 pitch. It will come inside the fastball that May watches go by him. Count moves now to 1-2. Here is the 1-2 from Sheen. It is swung on and missed, and down goes May for the third out this inning, but not before the Warriors score 5 on 4 hits this inning. They lead 7-3. Going to the top of the third on the OSAA On Point Community Credit 4A State Tournament on 104.3 and 960 Sports.
The innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 120,000 participants here in Oregon who take part in high school sports or activities.
Top of the third inning, and the Philomath Warriors lead the Henley Hornets 7-3 in the first round of the OSAA On Point Community Credit Union 4A baseball tournament. Henley trying to answer now as it'll be Owen Sheen, Tyler Harper, and Dylan Tobias do up this half inning. That's 5, 6, and 7 in the order. First pitch to Sheen. Looked to be an off-speed pitch that missed outside to the left-hander. 1-0. Sheen in his first plate appearance walked. Takes a big hack at the curveball there. Count to 0-2. My apologies. The outside fastball was called a strike to Sheen, so he is behind in the count, 0-2. My apologies. Stepping back in. Here's the 0-2. That one is popped up, stays in the infield. Over is Stearns, the third baseman, to put that one away in foul territory and record the first out here in the third. Brings up Tyler Harper. Harper so far today struck out in the first inning. He is 0 for 1 this afternoon. By the way, back home at Henley High School, of course, the Lady Hornets softball team taking on Sweet Home in the first round of the state playoffs there. Right now, the Lady Hornets up 5-0 over Sweet Home. First pitch to Harper is a ground ball that will get into left field. A one-out single for the Hornets as they try to answer back here in the third. Brings up Luke Austin. Austin entered the game for Tobias in the second inning, getting his first plate appearance here. First pitch to Austin is lifted into right center field. Over is the right fielder, Neiman, to make the grab and record the second out. Runner remains at first, Tyler Harper. 2 away now in the top of the third in a game that Philomath leads 7-3. This brings up Blaine Boersma. Boersma reached base on an error last time, came around to score, so still 0 for 1 today. Looking to leave his mark on this contest and get a 2-out rally started for his ball club. Here's the first pitch to the junior Boersma. It's fouled back. Count moves to 0-1 to Blaine. So far this year, Blaine a .374 hitter that is fourth on the team. Throw over to first, and back safely is Harper. It was a close call, but made just a bit late on that tag as Harper is back safely. Boersma stepping back in, finds himself down in the count, 0-1. Brolin comes set. The curveball gets away from Carter. Now advancing to second is Tyler Harper. And so this makes things interesting for Boersma, who steps in now with a runner in scoring position. 17 RBI on the season. That is fifth on the team. Here is the 1-1 to Boersma. It is flared out behind first base, and the catch is made by May, the first baseman, to end the inning. No runs on a base hit for the Hornets in the top of the third. They trail Philomath 7-3 in the first round of the OSAA On Point Community Credit Union 4A Baseball State Tournament on 104.3 and 9 Sports.
What rhymes with great?
Sports was kind of what defined me as a person. I loved to play every sport I could possibly play. The Abbeys was really the family stomping ground for all of our community. Saturday afternoon soccer tournaments, we'd head over to Abbeys afterwards. And then when we got up into middle school, on our way home, we'd stop at Abbeys after basketball games. When I go home, I want to see two things when I drive through Winston. I want to see my Abbeys, and I want to see my high school. And those are the two memories that stick out the most to me.
David Griffith, Chad Russell, and Blake Neiman do up this half inning for the Warriors. That is 6, 7, 8 in the order as they lead the Henley Hornets 7-3 in the bottom of the third inning in the first round of this OSAA On Point Community Credit Union 4A Baseball State Tournament. Again, we got word just a few minutes ago that the Lady Hornets back home at Henley High School, leading Sweet Home in their playoff matchup 5-0. We'll keep you updated on that game as it goes on today. A few other games that we're looking to keep track of today in the baseball state tournament. Of course, we are keeping track of Mazama taking on Gladstone. Want to know how the Vikings do. Of course, Hidden Valley taking on Baker. That game started about an hour and a half ago. We'll try to get you score updates by the end of today's broadcast as David Griffith steps in. Owen Sheen entering his second inning of work out of the bullpen. Came in relief of Hunter Schweink, who only pitched a third of an inning, gave up 4 runs. 2 of them earned, 3 hits, 1 walk, no strikeouts for Hunter. Count 1-0 to Griffith as Sheen fires in a fastball that misses low. 2-0 the count now to Griffith. 1 for 1 today. Hit a solo home run to start the big second inning for Philomath, an inning in which they scored 5 runs to give themselves this 7-3 advantage. The 2-0 is going to miss outside. Count runs now to 3-0. It's the Hornets left-hander trying to get back into this at-bat against the second baseman for Philomath. Here's the 3-0. That one will find the zone. Fastball graces the outside corner, 3-1. Sheen ready to toss again from the windup. That one is going to come inside and miss to Griffith, who is now aboard with a walk to start the bottom of the third. First walk issued of the day by Sheen, who came in the second inning and got 2 quick outs to stop the bleeding. But issuing a walk there to Griffith, this brings up Chad Russell. Russell was hit by a pitch in that second inning. Would later come around to score. Sheen checking the runner at first, Griffith. And time is called at the plate by Chad Russell before Sheen can deliver the pitch. So they are worried about Griffith over there at first, who takes a modest lead, a few steps. They decide to pitch out to Russell to try to see if anything is going on the base paths. So a 1-0 count to Russell. And not too big of a lead off of first, but it's all about the jump for Griffith. Sheen delivers the 1-0. And finds the zone. A ball and a strike. A nice job by Harper to frame that pitch, make it look nice for the home plate umpire. Might have helped a little bit with that strike call. The 1-1 as Sheen receives the call for the pitch, comes set. Russell showing bunt and move over to first. And back safely is Griffith. Probably a smart decision by Sheen there to make the check over to first. Griffith hasn't shown too much of a reason to throw over there yet. Not too big of a lead. But you never know with Russell showing bunt. He shows bunt again. The pitch from Sheen. Bunt is laid down the first base line. Sheen up with it. He's going to toss on to first to record the first out of the inning, but Griffith does advance to second on the play. Brings up Blake Neiman with 1 out and a runner at second. In the bottom of the third inning, Philomath leading Henley 7-3. And the Warriors now have a runner in scoring position, although Neiman 0 for 1 today. A fly out to left field last time. Here's the first pitch to Neiman. It is swung on and missed. The 2-seamer from Sheen moves the count to 0-1 to Neiman. A senior for Philomath, only carrying 5 players that are not juniors or seniors. They've got 3 freshmen and 2 sophomores on this Philomath ball club. The 0-1 missed outside, makes the count 1-1 to Neiman. Sheen comes set and delivers. One misses inside. Skipped away by Harper's feet a little bit, but nothing doing on the base paths, so now just a 2-1 count to Blake Neiman. Logan Carter on deck. Sheen worried about Griffith a little bit at second. Delivers the 2-1 home, and it's a swing and a miss by Neiman. Runs the count to 2-2. Here's the pitch. It is a big curveball over the head of Neiman, who has to get out of the way. Count runs full to Neiman. It's the curveball. I'm sure his teammates will give him grief for getting out of the way of that one. Sheen comes set with the full count pitch. It is low in the dirt. Harper blocks it. Griffith on the move to third, and he's in there safely. And a walk to Neiman puts runners at the corners now with just one away.
Coming to the plate for the Warriors. Catcher, number 11.
It's going to be Logan Carter to bat now for the Warriors. 0 for 1 today. He did reach on an error. You can credit him with an RBI, but it was a ground ball to second base that just got under the glove of Leo Ahalt that allowed him to reach base. See what he can do now with Griffith at third and Neiman at first. Sheen delivers the first pitch. It is an outside fastball. Moves the count to 1-0. Just one out in the bottom of the third inning, and Henley trailing Philomath 7-3. Winner of this contest advances to play either the number 1 seed Banks or the 16 seed Madras. Here's the 1-0. Will come inside, and Carter has to get out of the way. Count moves now to 2-0. As Sheen having a little bit of trouble placing that four-seam fastball. Has walked to this inning. Griffith at third and Neiman at first. Here's the 2-0. That one is going to miss outside as well. 3-0. Hornets have already walked 4 batters this afternoon, in danger of making it 5 here in just the bottom of the third. And a 3-0 count to Logan Carter. Here's the pitch from Sheen. That one will find the zone. Took a little velocity off there, did Sheen, to try to make sure he placed it where he wanted it. 3-1, and I think that might be something that Hornets pitching staff might want to consider moving forward. Trade a little velocity for a little location. Here's the 3-1. That one is going to find the zone as well. High and away, the far corner of the strike zone. Runs the count full. 3-2 to Logan Carter. And again, another situation where the home supporters here at Philomath make their voice heard. They abstain from that call as they throw over to first to Neiman. All right, full count pitch to Carter. Runner from first is on the move. Neiman is going to get into second base standing up because Carter is awarded the walk on the fastball that misses outside. That loads the bases, still with one away. Top of the order now for Philomath. It's Cameron Ordway. Each base runner in this inning has been walked. Not a base hit yet in the inning for Philomath, but 3 walks. Carter at first, Neiman at second, Griffith at third. First pitch to Ordway is going to miss high and away, 1-0. A prime opportunity for the senior for the Warriors. The 1-0 is taken in the dirt, blocked by Harper, now 2-0. It's the infield for Henley with one away and a double play a possibility. Middle infield at double play depth, and the corners just playing straight up as it's a 2-0 count to Ordway. Here's the pitch. Comes inside the fastball as the right-handed Ordway has to turn his back to get out of the way of that one. Count runs to 3-0. Here's the pitch from Sheen. The 3-0 is going to get to the backstop and will walk in a run. Griffith scores. Neiman to third, Carter to second, Ordway aboard at first. And Philomath now leads 8-3. That's going to prompt Coach Randall to come out to the mound and take the ball away from Owen Sheen. And it looks like Tyler Harper, the catcher, is going to come in and pitch as he walks off the field. We'll get you all the changes after this as we continue our coverage of the OSAA On Point Community Credit Union for a baseball state tournament on 104.3 and 960 Sports. Right now, the Hornets trail the Philomath Warriors 8-3.
Reds. There are many threads that run through our region. There are churches and schools and Little League teams that bring us together and bind us into communities. There are roads and cars. There are houses and jobs and businesses, all woven together to make the fabric of our communities. There are financial threads that are part of that tapestry as well. For over 80 years, it's been our pleasure to be headquartered here, providing financial services to generations of our friends and neighbors. From that first savings account, to retirement planning, and all of the cars and houses and groceries in between, we keep your money local, investing it back into our communities, adding more threads to the fabric to make our communities stronger. Pacific Crest Federal Credit Union. Find your path.
And welcome you back to our continuing coverage of the OSAA On Point Community Credit Union for a state tournament, as it's going to be Tyler Harper coming in to pitch. So Harper comes in to pitch this season so far for Tyler. This is his 9th game appeared in. He hasn't had a start so far this year, so only 0-1 on the year in terms of win-loss, but a 3.7 ERA for Tyler Harper this season. And it looks like Mark Carpenter is going to come in and do the catching for the Hornets. Tyler Harper comes in relief of Owen Sheen, who only pitched 1 inning. Gave up 1 run. It was earned, but no base hits. He just walked 4 batters that loaded him up and then scored 1. And that will bring up Tyler Harper to pitch. Carson Girding is going to be his first task as the right-hander finishes his warm-up tosses. Coach Adam Randall is still out there with his infield and his team, trying to make sure that everything is solid with his squad. They've already committed 2 errors today. Compare that to 1 of Philomath. Also for the Warriors, 5 base hits to Henley's 6. Right now they have the bases loaded, and it's all from walks. No hits this inning and a run scored. These are the kind of innings that can really hurt you when it comes to postseason time. You don't have an opportunity to come back into an inning and wait for teams to make mistakes. And I think Coach Randall knows that. That's why he spends so much time out there in the infield with his team, making sure that, you got to play safe baseball at this point. Let your offense get back into the game. Got to play safe on the defensive end. Well, if you want to stay in shape and be involved in a sport you love, you can earn some money in the process. You should become an athletic official. There's a shortage of officials here in Oregon. We need you now more than ever in whatever sport you like, whether it's baseball here or softball or basketball or football or volleyball or soccer or whatever else you could think of. We need you as an official. You can visit osaa.org/officials for more information to get yourself registered. Carson Girding getting ready to step in. It is Tyler Harper's first assignment out of the bullpen. Girding today is 2 for 2 with 3 RBI. He doubled in the first and singled in the second. And we'll see what he can do here. I think there might be an equipment issue, maybe with Carpenter, but I think it was the wristband with all the signs and the numbers and all that stuff. The freshman Carpenter has to know what pitches that he's calling for, and so does Tyler Harper. It's the right-hander, ready to deliver to Girding. Here's the pitch. Comes in, and the off-speed pitch finds the zone to Girding. 0-1 the count. We're in the bottom of the third with 1 out. Philomath leads 8-3. The bases are loaded. Ordway at first, Neiman at second, and Neiman at third, and Carter at second. Here's the 0-1. It is a bouncing ball to third, will end up foul. Count moves now to 0-2 to Girding. On deck is Mason Stearns and then Alec Russell. 2-3-4 is the task for Tyler Harper. Again, there is 1 out. Came on a ground out from Chad Russell earlier in the inning. Bases remain loaded and an 0-2 count. Harper Coming set. Here's the pitch. It is an off-speed pitch that's fouled back, so Girding stays alive. 0-2 in the count. If you're watching on the video, you can see a little bit Tyler Harper's delivery. He almost comes set twice in a way. Once by his chest, he raises his arms above his head, and then he comes back down set again. Almost reminds you of a right-handed Clayton Kershaw in a way. Here's the 0-2 to Girding. It is a check swing on the outside pitch. Yes, he did. Girding goes down on strikes as the second out this inning. And that will bring up Mason Stearns. Bases remain loaded. 2 away in the bottom of the third. Henley trailing Philomath on the road in this one, 8-3. Stearns getting ready to take his first crack at Tyler Harper. Stearns is 1 for 2 today with an RBI single in the second. Here's the first pitch to him. Comes inside, but the slider starts inside of the right-handed hitting Stearns and breaks back across the plate. Down at the count, 0-1. Alec Russell waiting his turn on deck. Here's the 0-1 to Stearns. That one will be a fastball low out of the zone. Count now moves to even, a ball and a strike. Stearns flew out in the first in his other at-bat, making him 1 for 2 on the afternoon. Harper coming set with the 1-1, kicks and delivers on the changeup that finds the outside corner to the right-handed hitting Stearns. Count moves now to 1-2. Bases remain loaded as Harper comes set. Here's the pitch. It is going to miss inside. Looked to be an off-speed pitch. A nice miss there by Harper. Moves the count now to 2-2. Tyler looking to get out of this inning and save his team the grief of another big inning. Here's the 2-2. It is a ground ball to third. Boersma charging, it skips past him and down the left field line. Neiman comes in to score. Carter's going to score, and they're going to have to hold up Ordway at third. 2 more runs score on the play. It's now 10-3 Philomath, as that one just skipped over the glove of Boersma down the third base line. That goes in the books as a hit for Philomath. 2 more RBIs on the day for Stearns as he winds up at second. Ordway at third. Still 2 away for Alec Russell. The pitch. It is fouled back. 0-1. Russell today 1 for 2. Had a solo home run in the first. And then he grounded out in the second. Batting here in the bottom of the third inning in a 10-3 ball game. The Warriors leading the Hornets. Here's the 0-1 pitch to Russell. It is taken for strike 2 on the outside corner. Harper has placed the fastball on the outside of these right-handers nicely in the first couple of batters he's faced. Still too early to tell, though, if he can find some consistency doing that. The right-hander comes set with the 0-2. Here's the pitch. It is fouled back. Count remains at 0-2. To the right-handed hitting Alec Russell. Russell, a senior for Philomath. Steps back in, awaiting the 0-2 from Tyler Harper. Standing at second is Stearns. At third, it's Ordway. Harper delivers the 0-2. It is swung on and missed. Down goes Russell, and the Hornets get out of this inning, but not before the Warriors score 3 in this inning on just 1 base hit. It was a 2 RBI single from Mason Stearns, made the score 10-3 Philomath as we head to the top of the fourth on 104.3 960 Sports.
Sports was kind of what defined me as a person. I loved to play every sport I could possibly play. The Abbeys was really the family stomping ground for all of our community. Saturday afternoon, soccer tournaments, we'd head over to Abbeys afterwards. And then when we got up into middle school, on our way home, we'd stop at Abbeys after basketball games. When I go home, I want to see 2 things when I drive through Winston. I want to see my Abbeys, and I want to see my high school. And those are the 2 memories that stick out the most to me.
9, 1, and 2 in the Hornets order due up this half inning. That's Peyton Price, Leo Aholt, and Aiden Hayes as the Hornets try to climb back into a ball game that they trail in 10-3 in the first round of the OSAA On Point Community Credit Union 4A baseball tournament here on 104.3 and 960 Sports. My name is Josh Eldridge. Pleased to be with you this afternoon for the Hornets through 3 innings. 3 runs on 5 hits, 2 errors for Henley. They have left 5 runners on base. For Philomath through 3 innings, 10 runs on 7 hits. They have committed 1 error and left 3 runners on base. It is a 1-0 count to Peyton Price as Skylar Brolin into his 4th inning of work. Price chases a pitch that was well out of the zone. Count moves now to 1-1. It was high and in, and Price took the bait. Evens the count at 1. We'll see what he does now. The pitch is hit into left field, right to Russell, who comes in and makes the catch in left for the first out. That will bring up Leo Aholt. Leo today is 0 for 1, a sacrifice fly in the second, netted him an RBI. Otherwise, he grounded out in the first. Hornets just need base runners. When you're down by 7, can't get it all back with 1 swing. And luckily, the Hornets are good at that whole base running thing as a curveball finds the zone to Leo, down 0-1 in the count. Coach Randall likes to create some havoc on the base paths from time to time, but he needs his team to get on first. The 0-1 is going to miss high, 1-1. The count to Leo. On deck is Aiden Hayes. Brolin ready to deliver the 1-1. Here it is. It's going to miss high on the fastball, 2-1. For the Hornets today is an offense. They have only walked twice. Compare that to the 6 walks that have been given up by their pitching staff. A ground ball gets into center field, and a single for Leo Aholt has the Hornets a base runner with 1 out in the top of the 4th. For Henley today, their 7th base hit of the afternoon. That's Leo's first base hit of the day, and brings up Aiden Hayes, who is 1 for 2. He flew out to short in the first, singled home a run in the second. We'll see what the sophomore for the Hornets can do with 1 out and a runner on first. Here's the pitch from Brolin. It is a ground ball towards first. May up with it, touches his own bag for 1, and no throw to second, so a halt is in at second. Hayes is out, and now 2 away for Hunter Schweink. Hunter today 2 for 2, a single in the first, and an RBI double in the second. Hunter this season is batting .456. That is tied for best on the team. Here's the pitch. It is a curveball that is taken, an outside strike call, as the curveball looked like it was breaking away from the right-hander, so Schweink laid off, down in the count 0-1. Brolin comes set, checks the runner at second, a hold, now delivers to Schweink at the plate. It was a fastball that missed high. Count now is even at 1. Here's the 1-1 to Schweink. It is hit, foul, out of play down the first base line, and count moves now to 1-2. By the way, another update from back home at Henley High School. After 2, Henley leads Sweet Home 8-0 in the softball playoffs. Elizabeth Powell hit a home run, and so did Annie Campos, the sophomore, continue to have a good season. Here's the 1-2 to Hunter Schweink. Comes in high and tight to Hunter. He dives, well, ducks out of the way more like. 2-2 the count now to Hunter. Missed basketball season with an ankle injury. And the 6'5" junior focusing on baseball this year, and he's had a great season. Here's the 2-2. It's going to miss wide. Count runs full now, 3-2 With 2 away and a runner on second, it's Leo Ahalt in the top of the 4th inning of a 10-3 ball game that Henley trails to the Philomath Warriors. Philomath, of course, the 8 seed in the playoffs. Henley, the 9 seed. But so far, it's been a one-sided affair. Here's the full count pitch to Hunter Schweink. It is swung on and missed in the dirt. Skips away from Carter, but he gathers in time. Throw down to first on the drop. Third strike is in time, and that will end the inning. The Hornets get 1 base hit, but they leave him stranded. They go to the bottom of the 4th, trailing Philomath 10-3 in the first round of the OSAA On Point Community 4A Baseball Tournament on 104.3 and 960 Sports.
Hi there, it's Les Schwab Tires, reminding you that changing seasons can mean changing road conditions. Introducing the brand new Backcountry AT2 for a quieter ride with improved performance in wet conditions. Because when it comes to keeping your family safe, the right tires help you feel prepared for anything. Seriously, anything. Now save up to $130 when you buy Quadtrac tires with financing. Les Schwab Tires, doing the right thing since 1952.
Five, 6, 7 due up for the Philomath Warriors in the bottom of the 4th inning. That's Ty May, David Griffith, and Chad Russell. Right now, the Warriors leading the Henley Hornets 10-3 in the bottom of the 4th inning of the first round of the OSAA On Point Community Credit Union 4A Baseball State Tournament.
Number 15, Ty Mack.
Still on the bump for Henley is Tyler Harper. As Ty May steps in. 0 for 2 today, a fly out and a strikeout. Here's the first pitch to May. It's going to miss outside. 1-0. And last inning was not great for the Hornets, to say the least, on the pitcher's mound. It was 4 walks in that inning and 1 single that scored 3 runs. The 1-0 to May will miss low, 2-0. The Hornets pitching staff this game has walked 6 batters. Here's the 2-0 to May. That one looked like Harper took a little bit off on that one. Maybe a changeup that finds the zone. 2-1 to May. Stands 6'6" in the right-hander's batter's box. Harper coming set with the 2-1. Here's the pitch. It is swung on and missed on the off-speed pitch again. Had May out in front, 2-2. As Harper battles back in the at-bat, down 2-0, now pulls it even to the leadoff hitter May in the bottom of the 4th inning, a game in which Henley trails 10-3. Here's the 2-2. It is a ground ball right back up the middle. Going over to grab it is Hayes, and that one will end up into center field for a single. First base hit of the day for Ty May. And that will bring up David Griffith, who is 1 for 1 today. David Griffith homered in the 2nd on a solo shot. He then walked in the 3rd and came around to score. Middle infield ready for a double play for the Hornets. As Harper checks the runner May before coming set. Now decides on the pitch, kicks and delivers. Comes in high and tight, but Carpenter knocks that one down as Griffith launches that one for a ball, 1-0. Chad Russell on deck for the Warriors. Here's the 1-0 to Griffith as Harper comes set. Throw over to first, and May is back safely. So these two teams played earlier this season. It was a 7-4 win for Henley back in March. But today has been a different story. Another move over to first, and May is back safely for the Hornets and Philomath. Two very different stories in terms of prestige when it comes to the playoffs. As a 1-0 pitch to Griffith is actually moved over to first. May back safely again. And what I mean by that is Henley as a program has won 9 state championships out of the 12 times they've appeared in that game over the course of school history. Meantime, Philomath, only the 1 state championship appearance in 2000. As the 1-0 misses high, now 2-0. Of course, Philomath lost that state championship to Mazama, of all people, back in 2000, and Coach Jeff Sturgeon at the time for the Vikings. 2-0 on the way to David Griffith. It is fouled off, 2-1. And again, the Hornets making 5 straight state championship games earlier last decade. From 2013 to 2017, the Hornets were in the state championship game. They took a year off in 2018 before appearing back there again in 2019, a game that they lost to Banks. The 2-1 is a check move over to first, May back safely. And, of course, en route to a 2019 state championship loss, the Hornets played this Philomath team in the quarterfinals and beat them. Here's the 2-1. It's going to miss low, now 3-1. The count to Griffith. Nobody out, a runner on first, it's May. In the bottom of the 4th inning, Philomath leads Henley 10-3 in this playoff contest. Here's the 3-1 to Griffith. Runner on the move from first, it's May, and the pitch misses anyway. So Griffith is awarded the walk. May to second, and that brings up Chad Russell.
Number 14, Chad Russell.
Russell has been hit by a pitch today and also grounded out in the 3rd. Bats now with nobody out. Runner at first is Griffith. At second, it's May. Harper on the mound comes set. Here's the pitch. It is swung on and missed on the changeup. It's Russell now behind at the count 0-1. Harper has struck out 2 already this game, but he has also walked 1. Harper gets the sign from the freshman behind the plate, Carpenter. Comes set with the 0-1 and delivers. Time is called before he can do that. And was called by Chad Russell. I guess thought that Harper might have been taking too long to deliver the pitch. But now steps back in. Harper ready to go. Here's the 0-1. Swung on and missed. 0-2 the count to Chad Russell. Blake Neiman on deck. Russell, a junior, steps back into an 0-2 count. Here's the pitch from Harper. It is going to miss wide. 1-2. Looked like that might have been the slider from Harper. Maybe a bit of a waste pitch there to try to get Russell to chase on the 0-2 count. Now the count moves to 1-2 as Harper steps off and watches May back to second and Griffith back to first. Retoes the rubber and comes set with the 1-2. Here it is to Russell. It is a check swing that ends up fouled and will stay at 1-2. A reminder that this game is brought to you by Pacific Crest Federal Credit Union. Picking the right path can make the journey easier, the distance shorter, and can assure that you end up at the right place. Whether you're dreaming of owning a home or you just want a great checking account, Pacific Crest Federal Credit Union can help you reach your goals. Here's the 1-2 to Russell. It is looked at low. Count now moves to 2-2. Bottom of the 4th inning. 10-3. Philomath leads Henley in this playoff contest. Winner again plays either the 16 seed Madras or Banks, the 1 seed in the tournament. Here's the 2-2. It is a check swing rolled out to short. Hayes is charging. He tosses on to second to get Griffith, and that is the only out that they will get as May advances to third and Russell reaches on the fielder's choice. Griffith was out on the play, so now one away for Blake Neiman. In the bottom of the fourth, 10-3, Philomath leads. We'll try to get you some score updates from around the state. Final from LeGrand as they dispatch the Marshfield Pirates 10-0. LeGrand has advanced to the second round. The Elite Eight, the quarterfinals. Here's the first pitch to Neiman. It is hit out towards the pitcher. Harper turns, fires to second. Now Hayes back to first, and they got him. The 1-6-3 double play gets the Hornets out of the inning. They still trail by 7, 10-3, headed to the fifth on 104.3 and 960 Sports.
Tree services have the highest buckets in town. No job too small, no tree too tall. Operating since 2017, this crew's ready for your land clearing, tree removal, tree trimming, stump grinding, and fire prevention. On Top Tree Services offers same-day estimates. I can't mention this enough. If a tree falls on your house or vehicle, they offer a 24/7 emergency tree or limb removal. Give them a call today at 541-882-8707. On Top Tree Services, fast, easy, and reliable. CCB 216014.
And welcome you back to the OSAA On Point Community Credit Union 4A Baseball State Tournament on 104.3 and 960 Sports. In the top of the fifth inning, Henley trails Philomath 10-3, but the Hornets a chance to answer back in the fifth. It's the middle of the order due up. That's 4-5-6. Matt Douglas, Owen Sheen, and Tyler Harper. And I had mentioned before the break we had a final score. Only one final posted so far in the 16-team bracket is LeGrand has advanced to the Elite Eight. They will play either Marist or Newport on Saturday. On Friday, as that is the next day for the playoffs. Winner here will either play Banks or Madras. The first pitch to Douglas was fouled back. Here's the 0-1. It is hit out to third. Stearns over. Throw on to first is in time for the first out. That will bring up Owen Sheen, who is 0 for 1 today. He walked in the first and flew out in the third. Sheen, the left-handed junior, trying to get a one-out rally started. The Hornets just trying to get base runners. Again, they have not had much luck in that department today as the first pitch misses inside to Sheen. Checks his swing, holds up in time. Count 1-0. Hornets have put together 7 hits and scored 3 runs when they were really swinging the bat nicely as the 1-0 misses down and away, 2-0. But have been held relatively quiet since their big 3-run second inning. Here's the 2-0. Fouled back. Count now 2-1. Since that second inning, Henley has only had 2 base runners. It was a base hit from Tyler Harper and a base hit from Leo Ahalt, the only 2 guys on base for the Hornets after that second inning. The 2-1 is lifted behind third base. Foul and out of play as Stearns runs out of room in front of the chain link fence. Looked like it. Yeah, there's mom over there. I thought it was some kids playing catch at first, but everyone's okay. 2-2. Sheen getting ready to step back in. Of course, Tyler Harper waits on deck. Here's the pitch from Skylar Brolin. It is swung on and missed on the breaking ball. Down goes Owen Sheen for the second out this inning. Third strikeout of the day for Brolin, and in comes Tyler Harper. Harper today is 1 for 2, struck out in the first and singled in the third. Here's the pitch to Harper. It is going to be looked at as the pitch paints the black on the outside corner. 0-1 to Harper, who started the game as the catcher for Henley, has since come into pitch and has done a serviceable job on the bump for Henley. He hasn't allowed a run yet, but his team still finds themselves down 10-3. Here's the 1-1. It is hit in the left center field. Going over is Girding. That one's going to get down. Could be extra bases for Tyler. He rounds first and heads for second and will get in there standing on a 2-out double for the Hornets. Brings up Luke Austin. Austin, the sophomore, getting his second at-bat of the day. He is 0 for 1, and it looks like we're also going to have a runner come in for Harper. I believe...
At the plate, number 2, Luke Austin.
Well, we'll try to make sure who that is out on the base paths in just a second. There's the first pitch called strike to Austin. 0-1. I believe that's Isaac Orndorff out there at second. The 0-1 home is going to miss inside. Ball and a strike into Austin. Blaine Boersma on deck. Skylar Brolin. His pitch to fine ball game so far. Comes set with the 1-1. It's a ground ball to third. Stearns charging. It gets under his glove. Rounding third, now headed for home is Tyler Harper. He's going to score. Austin aboard on the error. Give him the RBI as well. As the score now 10-4 on the second error of the day from Philomath. Runner at first is going to be Luke Austin. And after 2 quick outs, a double and an error has scored 1 in the inning for the Hornets. As Blaine Boersma is 0 for 2 today. Takes a cut at that one and fouls it back 0-1. Boersma reached on an error in the second and came around to score. Popped out to first base in the third inning. Here's the 0-1 to Boersma. Swung and missed at the high fastball. Probably out of the zone. 0-2 to Blaine. Boersma this season is batting .374. Ground ball back up the middle. Skips off the glove of Brolin. He gathers, throws to first, and it is in time to record the out. Bang, bang play at first, and that will do it. Here in the top of the fifth, the Hornets do score 1. 1 base hit in the inning. They leave 1 stranded. The score 10-4 as we head to the bottom half of the fifth on 104.3 and 9/6.
The innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends. How to fit in. How to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 120,000 participants here in Oregon who take part in high school sports or activities.
Bottom of the 5th inning, and Henley trails Philomath in the first round of the OSAA On Point Community Credit Union 4A State Baseball Tournament. It'll be Logan Carter, Cameron Ordway, and Carson Girding due up this half for the Warriors of Philomath. Tyler Harper still on the bump for Henley as he tries to keep his team in this one. The score 10-4, so Henley's not completely out of it yet. We've seen him come back from things like this before, but here in the playoffs, it's going to take some extra work. And it starts here on the defensive end for Henley, who has committed 3 errors in the ballgame. Here's the first pitch to Carter. It is hit high to left field. Coming in is Price, and that one's going to drop in front of him. That's a fair ball, and rounding first, headed for second is Carter. The throw in is not in time. And a leadoff double for Logan Carter. That'll be Cameron Ordway to step in now. Ordway has scored 3 times today, but only 1 base hit. He's also walked twice. Here's the first pitch to Ordway. It is going to be taken. Pitch misses in the dirt. 1-0. The count to Ordway. Carson Girding on deck. Walked in the first, hit a double in the second, and walked in the third. Getting his 4th crack at things here in the 5th inning. His team up 6, 10-4 over Henley. Here's the 1-0. It is a ground ball down the third baseline that's fair. They're going to wave in Carter, and he is going to score with ease as that trickles all the way to the fence. Ordway in with a double, and an RBI makes it 11-4 Philomath. Brings up Carson Girding. Girding today is 2 for 3 with 3 RBI. He doubled in the first, singled in the second, struck out in the third. Bats now with a runner in scoring position in Ordway at second. Already 1 run home this inning. 11-4 Philomath in the bottom of the 5th. Here's the pitch from Harper. Taken for strike 1. Two doubles start out this inning for Philomath. They've seen the ball well today. 10 base hits. Here's the 0-1. Taken outside. 1-1. Now to Girding. And another score update from back home as the Henley Lady Hornets softball team, after 4 innings, is up 15-0 against Sweet Home. Hornets looking to hold on and move on to the Elite 8. Here is the 1-1 from Girding. To Girding, rather, is swung on and missed. 1-2. And for those Lady Hornets, by the way, if they do hold on, Elite 8 in the softball bracket, they will be playing either Marist or Baker. Either the 1 or the 16 seed. Here is the 1-2 to Girding, and it's a check move over to second. Ordway dives back safely. Reminder that this game is brought to you by John Bowers Construction. The team can get your yard cleaned up and ready for spring planting, so give them a call today at 541-205-1464. And Harper, I think, bobbled the ball as he was coming set and balked. So Ordway moves to third, and the count is still 1-2. And Harper is just looking to get out of this inning. He has been waved off the mound a couple of times by the home plate umpire. He steps off again, and now the infield comes in for Henley. Here's the 1-2. Comes inside and misses inside. 2-2 to Girding. Already 3 RBI today for Girding. Harper comes set with the 2-2. Here's the pitch. Is swung on and missed. Down goes Girding for the second time today on strikes. One away, runner still at third is Ordway. And that brings up Mason Stearns.
Number 12, Mason Stearns.
Stearns today is 2 for 3 with 3 RBI. He flew out in the first, singled in the second for an RBI, and singled again in the third for 2 more. Here's the first pitch. Comes in and misses in to Stearns, 1-0. By the way, the Henley infield still playing in on the grass, trying to cut home this run from scoring as Ordway stands at third. Harper comes set with the 1-0. Here's the pitch. Misses inside, gets the backstop. Breaking for the plate is Ordway, and he is safe. He scores and makes it 12-4 Philomath. And now the count 2-0 to Stearns. And the Hornets' dreams of advancing to the Elite Eight are getting smaller and smaller with each Warrior run that is scored, down now by 8 in the bottom of the 5th inning. Here is the 2-0. Ground ball to third. Boersma up with it. Toss on to first is going to be in time for the second out. Bring up Alec Russell. Russell today 1 for 3. But I'm sure he's very proud of that one hit he had. It was a solo home run back in the first inning. Since then, he's grounded out and struck out. Harper comes set. First pitch on the way to Alec Russell. Is swung on and missed. 0-1. And if you look ahead for the Hornets, in the top half of the 6th, it'll be Price, Holt, and Hayes. That's 9-1-2. Here's the 0-1 to Russell. It is hit in the sky to center field. Over is Austin to make the grab for the final out here in the 5th. But the Warriors do score 2 on 2 base hits in the inning. They are up now 12-4 as we go to the 6th on the OSAA On Point Community Credit for a state baseball tournament on 104.3 and 960 Sports.
Sports was kind of what defined me as a person. I loved to play every sport I could possibly play. The Abbeys was really the family stomping ground for all of our community. Saturday afternoon soccer tournaments, we'd head over to Abbeys afterwards. And then when we got up into middle school, on our way home, we'd stop at Abbeys after basketball games. When I go home, I want to see 2 things when I drive through Winston. I want to see my Abbeys, and I want to see my high school. And those are the 2 memories that stick out the most to me.
Peyton Price, Leo Holt, and Aiden Hayes do up this half inning for the Hornets. That is 9-1-2 as Henley finds themselves down 8 in the top of the 6th inning, 12-4 against Philomath in the opening round of the OSAA On Point Community Credit Union for a baseball state tournament. Count moves to 1-0 as Price watches the fastball from Brolin miss low. Here's the 1-0. It is popped foul, out of play behind home plate. A ball and a strike. Skylar Brolin has pitched a fine ball game thus far. He has given up those 4 runs. But of those 4 runs, just 2 of them earned. The 1-1 is a curveball that finds the inside part of the zone to the right-handed hitting Peyton Price. Count moves now to 1-2. Peyton today is 0 for 1 with a fly out in the 4th. Otherwise, it was a sacrifice, and the 1-2 is fouled back. Peyton, the sophomore, one of 3 sophomores who's been in the lineup today for Henley, himself, Luke Austin, and Aiden Hayes. Here's the 1-2. It is a ball chopped out to short. Ordway up with it. Throw on to first is in time to get the speedy Peyton Price first out in the 6th. Bring up Leo a halt. Leo today singled in the 4th. Had a sacrifice fly in the 2nd. Credit him with an RBI there and a ground out in the 1st. Bats here with 1 away in the top of the 6th inning. His team down 8, 12-4. Here's the pitch. Comes inside, almost hit Leo, but instead will just be a miss inside. 1-0 to a halt. The 1-0 also misses outside, makes it 2-0. Leo this season leads the team in hits at 41 and is batting .456 on the year. The 2-0 misses outside. Count runs now to 3-0. And you're looking at the walk totals for Brolin. I can fill you in. He has only walked 2 batters all game. Here's the 3-0. It will miss high, so make that 3 walks for Brolin and a runner aboard at first for Henley. It'll be Aiden Hayes. Hayes is 1 for 3 today. Ground out in the 1st. RBI single in the 2nd, followed by a ground out in the 4th. Right-handed sophomore waiting the pitch from Brolin. Here it is. It is hit in the sky, shallow center field. Back is the shortstop, Ordway. He makes the grab in shallow center field, falling backwards in the process. And a scary situation. He calls off girding the center fielder, but made the catch regardless. And we'll bring up Hunter Schweink. Schweink today is 2 for 3, a single in the 1st and an RBI double in the 2nd. He struck out in the 4th. That's now with 2 away in the top of the 6th. Throw over to first, and Leo is back safely. Just barely, but back. By the way, Matt Douglas on deck for the Hornets. Here's the pitch to Schweink. He checks his swing. It skips away from Carter, but a halt will stay put at first. Count moves now to 1-0. Schweink this season leads the team, second on the team in average at .456 now, as he fouls that one off his ankle. Henley as a team this season has hit .396. 7 hits today, but only 4 runs to show for it. They're down 8. So count 1-1 to Hunter. Brolin comes set. Here's the pitch. Curveball that was well thrown by Brolin. Started out of the zone high to the right-handed hitting Schweink and broke down and across the zone, and Schweink didn't offer up at it. 1-2. Brolin receives the sign from Carter. Comes set with the 1-2. Kicks and delivers. It's fouled back. We will stay put at 1-2. Hornets wanting to put something together here. Try to not leave it all up to the 7th inning. Even just a couple would go a long way. Here's the 1-2 from Brolin. Checks his runner and delivers. It is flared out to right field. Neiman going back and makes the catch for the 3rd out. Hornets leave one stranded. In the top of the 6th, they trail 12-4 in the first round of the OSAA On Point Community Credit Union 4A Baseball State Tournament on 3 and 960 Sports.
Hi there, it's Les Schwab Tires, reminding you that changing seasons can mean changing road conditions. Introducing the brand new Backcountry AT2 for a quieter ride with improved performance in wet conditions. Because when it comes to keeping your family safe, the right tires help you feel prepared for anything. Seriously, anything. Now save up to $130 when you buy Quadtrac tires with financing. Les Schwab Tires, doing the right thing since 1952.
We welcome you back to our coverage of the OSAA On Point Community Credit Union 4A Baseball State Tournament on 104.3 and 960 Sports. Into the bottom of the sixth inning, we are 12-4. Philomath leads Henley in this first round contest. Tyler Harper is still going to be on the mound, facing 5, 6, 7 in the Philomath order. Ty May, David Griffith, and Chad Russell. As the goal for Tyler Harper and this Hornets team to just keep the lead right where it is. You can't focus too much on what you do on the offensive end of the ball. Just got to keep this lead right where it is. 8 runs is already enough. Tyler Harper has pitched fine, though, so far. 2 runs against him. They are both earned, but he has thrown the longest out of the Hornets pitchers thus far. Ty May stepping in now. The 6'6" first baseman for Philomath is 1 for 3 today. A single came in the 4th inning. Here's the first pitch from Harper. He checks his swing. Did he go? Yes, he did. 0-1 count to Ty May. Harper opting to pitch from the stretch here. He's found a nice rhythm. Here's the 0-1. It is popped foul and out of play. An 0-2 count now to Ty May, who did strike out back in the second, also flew out in the first. Again, that was aside from the single he had in the 4th. His team up 12-4 in the bottom of the 6th, looking to advance to the Elite 8 of the state tournament. Here's the 0-2. It is going to miss down and away. 1-2 now the count to Ty May. The junior stepping back in. Here's the pitch. It is hit hard to left field. Price going back. That's going to be over. No, did he make the catch? My goodness, Peyton Price going backwards, throwing his glove up in the air, and found a baseball when he looked back in there. What a catch in left as David Griffith now steps in. The Henley defensive players promptly raise a cap to their left fielder Price. That was a great defensive play. David Griffith stepping in now. He's walked twice and homered in this ball game. Here's the first pitch from Harper. Watches that one find the outside corner of the plate. 0-1. The sun starts to set a little bit behind us as we face east. The baseball field here at Philomath High School. Again, still a fine sunny day, and as we look at the temperature today, started at about 75 and find ourselves now at about 73. Going to keep cooling down this afternoon. The 1-1 is popped into right field. Carpenter moving over towards the foul line and makes the play for the second out. 2 away now in the bottom of the 6th for Chad Russell to get his crack at Tyler Harper. Today, Russell has been hit by a pitch in the 2nd, grounded out in the 3rd, and reached base on a fielder's choice in the 4th. Getting a chance to bat now, again with 2 away in the bottom of the 6th. Henley trailing Philomath 12-4. Here's the first pitch to Russell. It is taken in the dirt, 1-0. Coming set with the 1-0 is Harper. Here it is. A ground ball out to second. A halt up with it. Throw on to first. Schweink getting back there in time to record the out and retire the side. 1-2-3 go the Warriors in the 6th, but they lead by 8. 12-4 for the Hornets. 3 outs separate them from elimination. It'll be Douglas, Sheen, and Harper when we continue our coverage of the OSAA On Point Community Credit Union 4A Baseball State Tournament on 4-3 and 960 Sports.
On Top Tree Services have one of the highest buckets in town. No job too small, no tree too tall. Operating since 2017, this crew's ready for your land clearing, tree removal, tree trimming, stump grinding, and fire prevention. On Top Tree Services offers same-day estimates. I can't mention this enough. If a tree falls on your house or vehicle, they offer a 24/7 emergency tree or limb removal. Give them a call today at 541-882-8707. On Top Tree Services, fast, easy, and reliable. CCB 216014.
And welcome you back to the top of the 7th inning. The score, 12-4. Philomath leads. The last hope for the Hornets. It's going to be Matt Douglas at the plate. Finds himself in a 1-1 count. Make it 1-2. It'll be Douglas, Sheen, and then Harper due up this half as the Hornets find themselves down 8. It's going to take one heck of a rally to stave off elimination in the first round. Here's the pitch to Douglas, swung on and missed, and that is the first out here in the 7th. 1 away for Skylar Brolin and the Philomath Warriors.
Coming to the plate, number 10, Owen Sheen.
Here's the pitch to Sheen. It is a ground ball out towards short. Ordway up with it. Toss on to first is in time. On a bang-bang play at first. 2 away now for the Hornets. And they are down to their final out of the season. It is Tyler Harper, man who came in relief as a pitcher in this game and has pitched fine on the mound. Against Skylar Brolin, the Oregon West Conference Player of the Year. Oh, Ordway, pardon me. Ordway at short, the Player of the Year. It's a 2-for-3 day for Harper. A single and a double and a strikeout so far. Takes a hack at the first pitch, high and out of the zone. He scored in the 5th inning. Here's the 0-1 to Harper. Ball and a strike. Is that one missed high? After Harper, it's Luke Austin if the rally continues. The 1-1 is a ground ball towards Ordway. Sliding stoppage short. Throw across the diamond is in time. And what a way to end the season by the Oregon West Conference Player of the Year. Ordway at short. The Warriors are moving on to the Elite 8. And the Hornets season is over. It's a 12-4 final here at Philomath High School. And that will do it for the season for the Hornets. We're going to recap everything when we come back and we continue coverage of the OSAA On Point Community Credit for a baseball state tournament on 104.3 and 960 Sports.
Hi there, it's Les Schwab Tires, reminding you that changing seasons can mean changing road conditions. Introducing the brand new Backcountry AT2 for a quieter ride with improved performance in wet conditions. Because when it comes to keeping your family safe, the right tires help you feel prepared for anything. Seriously, anything. Now save up to $130 when you buy Quadtrac tires with financing. Les Schwab Tires, doing the right thing since 1952.
At Bowers Construction, our mission statement is to enrich the lives of our customers and of our team. So we're trying to be the best construction company that we can be by bringing value to other people's lives. So the work we provide is basically from foundation to roof in residential, and we work in commercial construction. Find our Bowers Construction Facebook page, or just give us a call. It's 541-205-1464. We are a licensed contractor at CCB 188923.
Hi, I'm Rob Cedar, General Manager of Clown Falls Honda and Clown Falls Subaru. I've lived here my whole life. Most of our employees have lived here their whole life too. Our sales, service, parts, and body shop teams are all staffed with experienced local folks. You know them and they know you. Our dealerships are comfortable and not corporate. Comfortable means we're focused on you. I'm Rob, and I'm glad to know you.
Sports was kind of what defined me as a person. I loved to play every sport I could possibly play. The Abbeys was really the family stomping ground for all of our community. Saturday afternoon soccer tournaments, we'd head over to Abbeys afterwards. And then when we got up into middle school, on our way home, we'd stop at Abbeys after basketball games. When I go home, I want to see two things when I drive through Winston. I want to see my Abbeys, and I want to see my high school. And those are the two memories that stick out the most to me.
And we welcome you back to our coverage of the OSAA On Point Community Credit Union 4A state playoffs as the Philomath Warriors have defeated the Henley Hornets this afternoon. 4 runs on 7 hits, 4 errors today for Henley. They finished the game having left 8 runners on base this afternoon. Meantime, for Philomath, 12 runs on 10 hits. They committed 2 errors and they left 5 runners on base this afternoon. The winning pitcher is Skylar Brolin today. Pitched 7 innings, gave up 4 runs, just 2 of them earned. 7 hits, 3 walks, and 3 strikeouts. The losing pitcher today, well, that would be Dylan Tobias. Only pitched 1 inning, gave up 3 runs. Each of them earned 3 hits as well and 1 walk in the start. Hunter Schweink came in relief of Dylan Tobias today. Pitched a third of an inning, gave up 4 runs. 2 of them earned, 3 hits, and 1 walk. No strikeouts for Schwenk. Owen Sheen pitched 1 inning as well for Henley today. 1 run, it was earned. He walked 4. No hits or strikeouts against Owen. Tyler Harper pitched the final 3 2/3 of an innings for the Hornets today. Gave up 4 runs, 2 of them earned. He allowed 4 hits, 3 walks, and he struck out 2. Our final offensive totals will start with the losing Henley Hornets today. Leading off was Leo Ahalt. He finished 1 for 2 this afternoon, had an RBI. It was on a sacrifice fly that came in the second inning. Aiden Hayes finished 1 for 4 this afternoon, also had an RBI. That came in the second inning on a single. Hunter Schwenk finished 2 for 4 with an RBI today. His double came in the second inning with an RBI there. Matt Douglas 1 for 4 on a single in the first. 0 for 3 day for Owen Sheen. 2 for 4 afternoon for Tyler Harper. He had a single in the third and doubled in the fifth, would come around to score. Luke Austin finished 0 for 2 today, reached on an error, and he did have an RBI in that effort. Blaine Boersma finished 0 for 3, and Peyton Price finished 0 for 3 as well. Meantime, you look at what the Philomath Warriors did this afternoon. It was a 2-for-2 day for Cameron Ordway, add in an RBI and on a double in the fifth. Carson Girding finished 2-for-4 with 3 RBI, knocked in 1 and a double in the first and added 2 more on a single in the second. Mason Stearns finished 2-for-4 today with 3 RBIs of his own, a single in the first and a single in the third, which netted him 2 more RBI. Alec Russell went 1-for-4, but that one base hit was a solo home run, so credit him with an RBI in the first inning. 1-for-4 day for Ty May. His single came in the fourth. David Griffith finished 1-for-2. Again, a solo home run gave him 1 RBI in the afternoon. Chad Russell and Blake Neiman each went 0-for-2, and Logan Carter went 1-for-2. His double came around to score in the fifth. Final score, 12-4. We're going to take one more break, and then we're going to do the best we can to give you an updated look at how the playoffs are shaping up in the 4A classification as we get ready for the Elite Eight next week. On Friday, not next week. It's coming up quick as the Warriors dispatch the Hornets 12-4. We'll be right back as we continue the postgame of the OSAA On Point Community Credit Union 4A State Tournament on 104.3 and 960 Sports.
On Top Tree Services have one of the highest buckets in town. No job too small, no tree too tall. Operating since 2017, this crew's ready for your land clearing, tree removal, tree trimming, stump grinding, and fire prevention. On Top Tree Services offers same-day estimates. I can't mention this enough. If a tree falls on your house or vehicle, they offer a 24/7 emergency tree or limb removal. Give them a call today at 541-882-8707. On Top Tree Services, fast, easy, and reliable. CCB 216014.
The innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 120,000 participants here in Oregon who take part in high school sports or activities.
Sports was kind of what defined me as a person. I loved to play every sport I could possibly play. The Abbeys was really the family stomping ground for all of our community. Saturday afternoon soccer tournaments, we'd head over to Abbeys afterwards. And then when we got up into middle school, on our way home, we'd stop at Abbeys after basketball games. When I go home, I want to see 2 things when I drive through Winston. I want to see my Abbeys, and I want to see my high school. And those are the 2 memories that stick out the most to me.
Hi there, it's Les Schwab Tires, reminding you that changing seasons can mean changing road conditions. Introducing the brand new Backcountry AT2 for a quieter ride with improved performance in wet conditions. Because when it comes to keeping your family safe, the right tires help you feel prepared for anything. Seriously, anything. Now save up to $130 when you buy Quadtrac tires with financing. Les Schwab Tires, doing the right thing since 1952.
And we are back with our coverage of the OSAA On Point Community Credit Union 4A Baseball State Tournament on 104.3 and 960 Sports with free video on mybasin.com. Final score this afternoon from Philomath High School is 12-4. Philomath taking the win. So with this win for Philomath, they have advanced to the quarterfinals, which will be played on Friday. They're going to meet up with the Banks Braves, who beat Madras 5-0 earlier today. So the 1 seed Banks Braves will play host to the Philomath Warriors. That is on Friday. A few other final scores from around the state. Marist beat Newport 4-3, so Marist is into the quarterfinals. They will play LeGrand on Friday at a time to be decided, as LeGrand beat Marshfield earlier today 10-0. North Marion also advanced past Tillamook this afternoon with a 5-0 win, so North Marion is awaiting the final from the Mazama and Gladstone game back at Kiger Stadium. And I can look now for the last score I have from Kiger. Looks like Mazama was up 6-0 over Gladstone. That was about 10 minutes ago in the 6th inning. So if the Vikings hold on, they will advance to play North Marion. That would be a road game for the Vikings. We're also still awaiting a final from Staten and Junction City, but the winner there will move on to play Hidden Valley. The Mustangs beat Baker 7-0 to advance to the quarterfinals there. So one more time, Banks has advanced to the quarterfinal to play Philomath. LeGrand has advanced to the quarterfinal to play Marist. North Marion still awaiting a final from Kiger Stadium between Mazama and Gladstone. The Vikings are leading that game. And Staten playing Junction City right now. The winner there will play Hidden Valley in the quarterfinal. Of course, you can stay updated on everything happening with the 4A baseball state tournament by visiting OSAA.org. Meantime, for us, we are going to pick things up with the Henley Lady Hornets softball team on Friday, as they have been winning against Sweet Home this afternoon. Last I heard from back at Henley High School, it was 15-0, and as a matter of fact, Henley did win that game. Lady Hornets are on their way to play Marist on Friday, and so that will be the matchup there that we will be back for on 104.3 and 960 Sports, along with HD video on mybasin.com. This wraps up the season for the Hornets, a season in which they finished third place in the Skyline Conference with a 19-8 overall record. They finished 10-5. It's looking like the other two teams from the Skyline Conference, Hidden Valley and Mazama, will each advance into the playoffs. And as a gesture of goodwill, we will wish the Mustangs and the Vikings good luck on their quest to capture the OSAA state championship in 2022. But the Hornets season is over. That about does it for us this evening. Hope you appreciated watching the MyBasin.com Game of the Week, the OSAA On Point Community Credit Union 4A Baseball State Tournament on MyBasin.com. MyBasin.com is your home for everything going on in the Klamath Basin, from news to sports to special events and everything else in between. Find us online at MyBasin.com. You can watch archived replays of plenty of Hornets baseball and softball all season long by visiting us online at MyBasin.com. Would like to thank a few of the folks that make this broadcast possible. Of course, Adam Randall, the head coach of the Hornets, and Levi Weber, the head coach here at Philomath, and of course, the athletic director here at Philomath, Tony Mata, for getting us set up here in their press box, and Amanda Bauer, the athletic secretary, for helping us get set up here as well. Special thanks to those folks. Final score from Philomath High School: the Warriors defeating the Hornets and ending Henley's season 12-4. This is Josh Eldridge saying so long from Philomath, Oregon.